The audacity of this man, this madman, let me tell you, it's something else. So, many of you have surely heard by now, yesterday, at the time of this recording, the final Smash character for Fighter Pass Volume 1 was revealed. There was tons of build-up, speculation over who, after this strong lineup of fighters, who would they choose for the finale to close this thing out on a high note. In the intro even, Sakurai himself pumps it up, talking about how this thing is so secret, even a bunch of people at Nintendo don't know what he's about to drop on our faces. And then the time comes, bam! The 8th Fire Emblem rep is here. Byleth, Professor from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Needless to say, many were not pleased, and as of right now, the announcement video, note this isn't the original stream, the new upload had the intro taken out, so this version currently sits at 115,000 upvotes and 60,000 downvotes. Gotta be the worst ratio of any of the reveals to date. I saw a lot of people mention Corrin in this discussion, and at least going off the numbers, that reaction was not nearly as bad. Before I even talk about the character, I want to stay on Sakurai for a bit here. This man, I'm convinced, is just an epic level troll. There is no way he didn't expect this reaction, and he hammed it up specifically for that reason. At least that's what I believe. You know, he has all this secrecy stuff, putting up the poster and cracking that smile as he does it. That is a man who knows exactly what he just did. And even in the cinematic, you've got Sothis saying something like, "Oh, there are too many swordsmen in the game already? Take these weapons as well." A direct shot at the community, echoing what he knew the reaction was going to be. And in that regard, I gotta tip my hat to him. At least he clearly had fun doing this. Now the character, Byleth, I, as well as many others, joke regularly about the over-representation of Fire Emblem in this game. It's a meme that they have so many Fire Emblem or anime swordsmen for a reason. Now I do have to put one of the counter-arguments I've seen about this on blast. I've seen some people try to point at the Mario characters for comparison, like, oh, there are a lot of Mario reps, why isn't that a problem? Yeah, there are a lot of, quote, Mario characters in the game, and they're also in, like, several major games every year. The core Mario games, Mario Kart, Mario Party, Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. They can hold their own games, like Luigi with Luigi's Mansion. These characters are the main attraction for Nintendo. Mario is a household name. Luigi is a household name. Bowser is a household name. Peach is a household name. You could show most of these characters to the average person, and they know who they are. On the other hand, Byleth is not a household name. Marth is not, Corrin is not, Robin is not, etc. I don't even see how people could consider this an apt comparison. Pokemon is another comparison I see, and I think that one does make a bit more sense. Even though I would still say Pokemon as a franchise is much bigger, I do think Pokemon is also getting to that point where it's like, enough is enough, guys. And so yeah, the point stands, there is an over-representation of this franchise for sure. Now, Byleth himself, herself, whatever, actually looks like he'll be pretty interesting to play, not gonna lie. I like the idea of him being low mobility with more range and heavy damage. Again, they made sure to give him a bunch of weapons so we can't just call him another sword fighter. And I like how you've got something like the axe that takes a huge amount of time to wind up, but you can like pass through platforms or change direction during that charge time to surprise people. The bow as well, you can like supercharge it for massive damage, but you're committed to it once you do and you can't cancel out. So you've got a lot of heavy attacks but are very open to counters, deflects, etc. It's high risk versus reward type play. I think that's fine and good, will be fun to play, but yeah, still seems excessive that it is a Fire Emblem character, and myself, I would have preferred to see someone else, even if we had to have a Fire Emblem character, specifically even from Fire Emblem Three Houses, I get that. I wish we could have still gotten someone else, like one of the house leader students. Obviously with the Robin, Corrin trend, it's no surprise that Byleth was the rep from this game. Just, I think one of the other characters at least could have made this a bit more interesting, but at the end of the day, we got what we got. Even still, if you agree with me that Fire Emblem is overrepresented, that this announcement wasn't very exciting or interesting even, I think if you look at the Fighter Pass overall, it's really good. Banjo and Kazooie finally getting into Smash. I mean, for me, you could have had all the rest be Fire Emblem characters, and I'd be okay with just getting Banjo and Kazooie. Yeah, there were other fighters that kind of got some flack. Hero from Dragon Quest kind of was in that same anime sword fighter camp. A lot of people were kind of meh on Terry, who I actually really liked getting in. I thought it was cool seeing a King of Fighters rep, but I know there were a bunch of people who didn't. Some of these picks, it could also be argued, were outshined by some of the Mii costumes, specifically Sans and now Cuphead. You kind of got to wonder if they made the indie jump and made some of those guys actual fighters, if the reception would have been better. But yeah, I think this first round of DLC overall was really good. And not only is the DLC for this game of high quality, but I think we have to take into account what we got in the base game. This is a thing a lot of people don't seem to understand when I talk about DLC, is I just don't want DLC to be good, but I want the base game to also be great. So great, it makes me excited to get more content, even if I have to pay for it, which I think is a big reason why Smash announcements have so much hype surrounding them compared to other games with DLC. The excitement is so high because the quality is so amazing. And in the base game, we got some heavily requested characters like Ridley, K. Rool, my biggest request, Simon Belmont. So I also firmly believe you can't scoff at the entire package of Smash Ultimate up to this point. It truly has earned that Ultimate name. And on top of that, we've got the next pass on the way, which will add 6 more fighters. So the cycle of speculation, hype, and disappointment will soon begin all over again. To close this out, I'm definitely in the camp of finding the Byleth announcement to be a disappointment. But at this point, it's hard to really hate on any Smash announcements when you consider how high of a quality experience we've gotten with both the base game and extra content so far. More so, I should say, you can hate on it, but I think it's hard to get really that mad about it. For Sakurai himself, I don't see how you can do anything but love the man even more after this announcement. I think it's hilarious how he went about the whole thing, and the memes that have surfaced as a result make it all just even better. Even if you're not a fan of this character's addition, a lot of thought clearly still went into designing the character, the stage, and everything. The value is definitely there, even if you don't like it. I do believe the Fire Emblem factor is the sole issue here. It's not like the character looks bad or the stage looks like crap. It's just the fact that it's more Fire Emblem. That's what people have a problem with. And I'd also like to slip in here these little play sessions with Sakurai where he just kind of does a mini Let's Play in these videos. They're amazing. I hope that continues to be a trend with upcoming fighters, and it shows how much he genuinely loves this game and these characters. Can you really hate on that? Which I'd also like to say, please, Sakurai, for the love of God, once the second pass is over, take a break, get some rest, okay? Anyway, with that, this video's a wrap. Let me know your thoughts on the latest Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC fighter in the comments. How do you feel about it being another Fire Emblem rep? And if you can, kind of removing that, how do you just feel about Byleth gameplay-wise? Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this discussion of the latest Smash DLC fighter. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and if you want to keep the conversation going, hit me up on Twitter at JohnnyZakari, and join my Discord, ChiGuy and Friends, link to both in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching.